All right, all right. This is a move that closer, maybe. There we go. This is a general update and kind of review over what my plans are going forward and how I think I did last year on things. So then part of me, if I'm looking down, I'm looking at, not really notes, but phone, uh, with some things that I wanted to go over just so I remember. So to start, I think this year I learned a lot. Like all my videos are recorded so far. Some of it didn't happen, not because I didn't try. I mean, even starting a company, I put like 10 grand or some shit down the drain into this thing just to try it, and I don't think it failed completely. I've still got a team on the side ready to go and everything, patent pending and stuff, but it's just not the time right now. So that's kind of getting shelved for the time being. So I don't think it was a total waste. I did try, and that's more than what 99% of people can say. Again, I encourage more people to try that, but we tried it. It failed, and well, again, failed's a strong word, but we're putting it on hiatus for now to focus on other things. So we tried that. Weightlifting goals. I got close to where I wanted it to be. I wanted to weigh 200 pounds. I wanted to be able to bench 225, and we didn't get there. We can bench about probably, I can bench like 200 right now, probably max. I can't quite do 225. I don't know why. My eating has been improving slowly. I think I just, once I had a kiddo, I think everything just got a little less dedicated. And, that does happen. It becomes harder when you have kids. So next year, I think I'm going to keep the goal of I want to hit 225 like solid, not like, I don't want to hit one rep. I want to be able to go like at least, sets of six. I want to be able to just do sets of six, 225 on there. I think that'd be sick. Most people never hit 225. They go to the gym. Most people sit at, 245s on either side. So that's definitely a goal. I'm going to stick with the weighing 200 goal. I wanted to go for 210, but I'm going to keep it at 200 just because hitting 195 last year was where I ended up at was very hard. Like, and I know a lot of people give me shit for this, but my metabolism is super, super, super high still. So I eat shit and it flies out. It's not even there. It's super annoying if you're trying to gain weight and work out and do stuff like that because you can't build the mass that you need to get there. So starting in January, I'm going to start trying to bulk again. I don't know how long that'll last, but I really do want to hit 200. Last year, I got 5 pounds away and I was sitting there for like 3 weeks and I couldn't do it. This year, I want to really hit 200. Again, not looking like shit. I mean, like 200 where like it's filled in like everywhere, not just like I have a big fat gut. I want it to be like, you've got a little bit of arm fat, you got a little bit of tummy fat, chest fat, whatever. And then we'll go on a cut in the summer or however long after that. That's my goal with that. Running this year has been amazing though. Okay. I didn't even originally have running as a goal. I would run like here and there, but I wasn't like pushing distance hardcore. This year the max distance I ran was about 4.5 miles without stopping. I really do think I could do 5 if I pushed myself. But I didn't even think I would be able to do 3. I've always been a short distance runner, and we ran 4.5 miles. That's pretty damn good, at least for me. Next year, just talking to people and how things have been going, I think I'm gonna try 10. I know that's freaking crazy. That's more than a freaking 10K, but I think I might be able to do it. I really do. At the rate I've been improving so far, and I don't think even when I ran 4.5, I think I could have kept going and hit 5, maybe 6. So I think by the end of the year, my goal is going to be to run 10 miles as far as running. Another goal that I know I've said in previous videos that I suffered with actually a decent bit. I want to play less video games. Not that I think they're bad. I hope my kids play video games as well. I think they're a lot of fun. You can make a ton of friends through them. But for the type of person that I want to become, and and I want my kids to see me as and everything like that. I think I want to play a little less. I'm still gonna play them. They're still fun. They're still part of my life, but I want to take 2 of the hours I spend a day doing that and put them to, I don't know, writing. I want to put them to working on like a side hobby or something like that. Doing something, developing like a skill, something cool that when you go talk to people, no one gives a shit if you're like, yeah, I play video games, bro. Pretty sick. How about you piss off, loser? No, like, no one's gonna care at all. But if you show up and you're like, hey, I've written a book or something, everyone's gonna be like, damn, really? That's sick, bro. And everyone's gonna think it's super cool. I want to develop a skill, so I'm gonna try to take more time away from video games. Um, God, this one's up in the air, but I might try to go to gymnastics classes. I've always wanted to do this, and even if I didn't go for the whole year, my main thing is I want to learn how to do this. This will sound super freaking childish. I want to learn how to do flips, like front flips, back flips. I can't even do cartwheels right now, man. Like my flexibility has been pretty bad. It's gotten better. I can touch the floor like with my knuckles now, which is a lot better than it's ever been. So I'm gonna keep stretching, and I want to go to gymnastics classes. And even if I just do a flip once, I think I feel like you retain that skill for a while. And as long as I'm stretching after that, I just want to have those basic skills. That's just something cool I've always wanted to learn. Like you always see like the kid back in high school or some shit who could do a backflip, and everyone's like, "Damn, that kid's sick. He could do flips." Again, I'm basically a boomer at this point. I just want to learn how to do it. I think it would be neat, so I might add that on there. Um, and then just budgeting and saving more consistently. We did save a lot of money this year, but I would really want to amp it up. I really think we can, and I did budget last year, but there were some months where I kind of fell off and we didn't stick to it, which is shit. Budgeting is still better than a lot of people do. So even if you're doing what I did this year and you have a budget and you didn't totally stick to it, that's still better than most people. Most people just fucking wing it and they live off paycheck to paycheck. So I still encourage everyone to budget. This year I want to actually stick to it. Like every single month I want to sit down with my spouse and look at it and say, hey, what did we do? Where did we do bad? Where did we do good? Etc. 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 And because if you do that, you can save a ton of money. What we did this year shows that. So those are my goals for 2025. I think I can do them. Um, I really do. I think it'll be consistency. Like again, this will sound cheesy. I'm gonna sound like a total boomer. I've got like a whiteboard in my office, not in this room, but a different room where I'll write down my goals and cross them off as I go. And I wrote down like my almost like a motto for the year where I'm just gonna write down like consistency is key, right? None of this stuff is gonna happen for anyone or anything you want to do if you don't have consistency. Even if let's say like look at it in video games. If you want to get really good at a video game, you're never gonna be shit unless you play all the time. It's a little easier with stuff like that because it's fun, right? But you're not going to be, top 100 or 500 in a game by playing one match a day. It's not going to happen. You got to play. Same thing with, running, same thing with working out, same thing with budgeting, money, being successful in life, everything. Consistency is literally everything. So that's kind of my mantra. And then also, this has been helping me recently too, and I think I talked about this in the past as well. Just taking like 1 minute a day to just ask myself, like, am I someone who I would be proud of? Like, whether it's like your kid, your parents, a friend, or whoever. Like, would you classify as like a role model to someone? And I think that that'll help a lot of people if you really just sit there and think about it. Like, if you're sitting at your desk playing video games all day on your weekend and you haven't done jack shit, right? You've just sat there. If you think about that in your head, you're gonna sit there and be like, "Damn, probably not." Like, I'm kind of a loser. And I think a lot of people are gonna have that thought, and it might be the kick in the balls that a lot of people need to, get it going and really start doing this stuff. So that's most of what I've been doing this year. Oh, one thing I do want to bring up. Hang on. I'll be right back. Hang on. Oh my God, it's book review time. Hang on. Okay, book review time. Hold the phone. Check the shit out. I don't remember if I made fun of this book at the beginning or not. However, I would highly recommend people read this book. It is called Never Split the Different by Chris Voss. Friend of mine recommended it to me, and even I haven't tried everything in this book completely, but it is about persuading people, learning how people think, how they work, and kind of how to manipulate that. Like you can use this in sales, you can use this in buying a car, you can use this in negotiating rent prices, you can use this in negotiating if you take a shower first with your fucking roommate. I don't know, whatever, anything. It it teaches you a ton. And I've already been employing it with a couple things here and there, like the people, our landlords. I've already applied it with them a little bit. I've applied it at work, trying to get a raise, trying to get a new employee on my team, things like that. While there's certain things in here that a lot of people might not totally agree with, for the most part, this shit is really cool. It actually is. And he mixes it in with a bunch of like little side stories of when he was in the FBI and he was doing counterterrorism shit, all this cool stuff. It's not counterterrorism, God, terrorist negotiations. It's really neat. I actually had a lot of fun reading this. And even if you're not a good reader, this is honestly a pretty interesting book, just with all the stories he tosses in there. So, again, book review. This is a very good book. I would recommend a lot of people read it. Um, yeah, even when I was asking like other coworkers and friends that are into this stuff or even into sales what they recommend, first book they recommended was this one. It's been very helpful and it's been kind of fun to try it because a lot of these persuasion things you're scared, right? You're like, there's no fucking way this is gonna work. I'm gonna try to talk to this guy and get a cheaper price for this car, and I'm gonna sound like an idiot. And then you try it, and you can like, you can after reading it, you can pick up on the cues and see it starting to work, and it's like, damn, this shit actually kind of works a little bit. And then you keep trying. It's almost fun. Like if it doesn't work, it kind of makes you look stupid, but yeah, whatever. There's like several million people in the world. Go to the next person, try it there. You'll get it eventually. It's been very cool. Again, never split the difference. Chris Voss. It's been pretty awesome. So with that said, I'm gonna be starting a lot of my 2025 goals soon, even though it's still 2024, and I'm sick as shit. I don't know if you can tell. I probably sound like garbage, but I'm gonna be starting a lot of this pretty soon here. Again, consistency. We'll see if it keeps up, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Try my best, try my hardest, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, I can achieve a lot of my goals and dreams in the next couple of years if I keep it up. So, there's your update. I don't know what else to say at this point. Kind of lost, a little tired. You can see the bleak blackness under my eyes from not being able to breathe all night and feeling like shit and getting shit sleep. I look horrible. So, I'm going to go do some things and try to fall asleep maybe a little earlier than I normally do tonight. So, you all have a good rest of your freaking day. Bye bye.